Friedman fries. I'd buy a game by Friedman fries. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
Grail games.
Exactly. It has been a while since we've done a Grail games video, and after the last one that we did, we found all of them. All of them. All of them.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure, yes. We actually ended up creating a channel on our Discord all about Grail games, so people can actually go in there and say, hey, I'm looking for this game, I can't find it anywhere. And
I think a lot of people have found games.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Without fail,
yeah.
Almost. Shouldn't say without fail, sometimes fail, but most of the time without fail, you'll be able to find the games you're looking for. So we both came prepared today with a list of games that we would love to have, but have had a very, very hard time finding. Here's the caveats.
Yeah.
Number one, we're in Canada. Number two, we probably haven't looked that hard. Honestly, besides local game stores and Board Game Bliss, that's my guide point for everything, because buying games from the US and all of these things, shipping to Canada is just cuckoo
insane.
Banana sandwich. So those are the caveats. I've got a big list. You've probably got a big list. I didn't think that I had a big list, but here's the thing. A few weeks ago, a month ago, I decided to take it upon myself to look at all 700-800 pages of Board Game Bliss board games. I went through every single game, and I put a heart next to the ones that I thought would be interesting.
She did.
So, and there were a lot.
I have a couple that are they're almost honorable mentions because I'll never, ever, ever actually get them.
You don't think?
No. There's a couple on here that I just know I'll never get.
Well, we'll see, I guess.
So I'm going to throw this one because I'll never actually get this game. And it's the War of the Ring Anniversary Edition. So this is you can't get it.
You can't get it?
No, you can't.
Somebody's got to have it.
You can't get it. I think I saw someone selling it for $10,000, which is absurd.
Pennies.
But that's the only place I've ever seen it.
Right.
So War of the Ring Anniversary Edition has pre-painted miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
The manuals and stuff are all kind of leather bound books and stuff.
Wow.
It's insane. If you looked at it, you would understand why I'll just never actually have it. But if I ever found it for not $1,000,
maybe you'll find it at Value Village someday.
Maybe. That would definitely be one I would love to add to the collection.
Yeah. I have one honorable mention. It's only an honorable mention because I know that we're going to get this game, but it is not available here anywhere. And I've tried to go on to Amazon Japan, and they won't send it to me. And that is Nana.
I have that on my list too.
I know that we will be getting this. Yeah. Eventually, we have a friend, Josh. He lives in Japan most of the time, but right now he's in America. So when he goes back to Japan, we're just going to get him to ship us a whole crate of these things. So when we play them out, we just got another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? This game is fantastic. You can get it. Otherwise, it's called Trio. But I want the Japanese
before
version.
Everyone bungles into the comments and it's you can buy Trio. We don't want Trio.
I don't want it.
Nana.
I want Nana. 7-7.
Yeah, and for some reason, we just can't order from any of those Japanese sites.
Yeah, Michelle was able to find one, but she's in the States, so I don't know if it's just a Canada thing.
Probably.
But anyways, Jeff, what's your first real game?
All right, my first real Grail game is Rurik, Dawn of Kiev. This has been on my Grail list actually for a very long time. This is ridiculous.
Our Discord, that's the buzzing. It's just, you should join our Discord. Look how active it is.
I need to turn the notifications off.
I know.
Rurik, Dawn of Kiev has been on my Grail game list for almost as long as I've been in the hobby, I think. It was recommended to me a ton when I first got into the hobby. I've never, ever, 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 ever seen a copy available of this game. Locally or at any game stores I've been at. I actually met Kirk, who was the
designer,
publisher.
Publisher
of Rurik, Dawn of Kiev. And when I was talking to him, he said he had a version or a copy of the game, but it doesn't have a box. He had all the components and everything, and I'm like, I'll wait out, see if I can find a copy that has the box in it.
Yeah. So my first one is actually a whole grouping of games by a designer. Mm-hmm. And a lot of his games have become really difficult to find. That is Friedman Friese, although I did write down Friedman Fries.
You didn't even let me do the joke. I wanted to do the joke. She wrote down Friedman Fries.
F-R-I-E-S. I was like, Jeff's not going to look at this, is he? But of course he is. So there are 4 specific ones on this list that I really, really want. But this is an umbrella. I want to collect all of his games. All of them. So the ones that are on my list that I really, really would love to have, but I can't find. Fast Sloths is one. Fresh Fish. Fearsome Floors, which we have played and we really, really enjoyed. And Full Throttle, which is a racing game. Fast Sloths and Fresh Fish are 2 that Board Game Barrage talks about a lot. Honestly, I don't know what they're about. Don't care. I just don't care. I want all of them.
I think Fast Sloths is a racing game.
No, Full Throttle is.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Friedman Friese games. I want to catch them all, but those are 4 specific ones that I can't find that I really, really want.
Yeah. Next up on my list is actually a game that I had a chance at buying probably a year and a half ago locally, and it was crazy priced. I think it was like $200 plus, but now I wish I would have gotten it. And that's Starcraft, the board game.
Oh, okay.
So I do have like Starcraft Risk, but Starcraft actually has a board game that apparently is very, very good, but also is impossible to find. I haven't seen it ever again since that post went up locally for sale. I have a sneaking suspicion this one will eventually land in our collection at some point.
Right.
I'm a big Starcraft nerd, always have been, and this is one I just would love to have on the shelf. I don't know if it's something I would play with you, but maybe something I'd pull out with like Lance and Zach. And
probably not me.
No.
I'm not a Starcraft nerd. I don't even know what it is. Okay, the next one on my list is heavily influenced by The Mother's Birth.
The Mother's Birth.
Also known as The Brothers Murph. It's interchangeable. And that is Shakespeare. Ever since I first started watching Nick and Mike's videos, this is a game that they have championed for like since the beginning, and I've always wanted to try it, and like I cannot find it anywhere. I think it's about like Shakespeare's plays, like maybe being a playwright and theater. I think like it's about theater, I'm pretty sure. No idea. All I know is that they've hyped it so much, and I have wanted this game since we got into the hobby.
Thanks for hyping a game we can't get, Nick and Mike.
Thanks a lot.
Jerks.
They also, I don't know, is Feast for Odin on your list?
No.
Well, Feast for Odin's another one they hype up that you can't find, but you will be able to get it
eventually. I think eventually I'll be able to get Feast for Odin.
Yeah.
Next up is another one that I've mentioned multiple times, and that is the Splotter version of Bus. I know that Capstone has a reprint of this, but I've always wanted to have, I don't own a Splotter game. I know that there's like really mixed opinions about Splotter games, but Bus is one that I've always wanted to try ever since I first got into the hobby. For some weird reason, it was one of the first games I stumbled upon. Like when I was like, we were starting to do the channel and I was looking at the games that maybe I hadn't played. And Bus is one that I just really, really want to try. I don't know if it's necessarily one I want to add to the collection, but I would love to try it.
Cool to have
but I do think it would be cool to have a Splotter in the collection that's not like Food Chain Magnate or some of the like more accessible ones that you can get. I had one chance at getting it locally. I inquired about it, and apparently it was already sold in some auction that
classic
is local here.
The next one on my list is a game that we have already played. We played it at GaggleCon. We went to go visit Rodney and Christy last year, and it was Null Nichtig, which is a German trick-taking game.
I wanted to.
And you can't get it here. Like, I think we could get it if we were in Europe. Yeah. I assume you could get it in Germany, but we can't get it here. And it was just such a fun, extremely mean trick-taking game. And we had a blast. And I think, like, for you anyways, it's one of your favorite trick-taking games that we've ever played.
I would love to bring that to a con.
Yeah, it would be a great con game.
Yeah.
So I would love to get myself a copy of this, but I just don't know how.
Yeah.
Basically.
Next up for me is actually a super recent add to this list. It's been mentioned to me on and off by a handful of people, and that is Techno Bowl Arcade Football Unplugged.
Wait, is this like the video game that you love?
So I do love Techno Bowl.
Oh, this is
which
Techno.
It is similar.
Okay.
Like if you look at the box and looked at the video game, it's similar.
They just couldn't rip
the
it off
video
directly.
game is called Techno Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The board game's called Techno Bowl. This was released in 2017, I think. I've never, ever, 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 ever seen a copy of this anywhere.
Ever.
And I don't know if I ever will, but if I did, I would buy it immediately. It's like this arcade simulated football game.
Oh,
you have these like standees that go up and down the football field.
It's Techno Bowl.
It's the game's made for me.
Yeah. My next one is another designer that it's just really hard to find their games here like as they were made and not like their original games. And that's Saashi Saashi. So we what? Saashi and Saashi.
Tomato, man.
Tomato, Saashi and Saashi. So we have played Wind the Film. We own a copy, but we own the photograph version, which is basically the same game. But there's two specific ones that I really, really want to get, and it's Let's Make a Bus Route and Remember Our Trip.
I love the art style.
The art style is amazing, and specifically with Remember Our Trip, I have just heard that this game is so unique in that like you have to like it has a memory element. You have to try and remember the things that you saw on your trip and like all of these different things. Anyways, these two specifically are ones from them that I want to try. And the more I've been trying like different Japanese games, like we love Oink games, we love Wind the Film, we loved Nana.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
little Japanese card games.
This is an untapped market for me. I now want to go to the Tokyo game market, also Tokyo Disney.
That would be bad.
Oh, but wouldn't it be
little
fun?
Japanese card games.
Oh my god, I buy them all. I don't even care. I would buy everything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't understand how much it was, but I would buy it.
That's fair. Next up for me, we actually just mentioned on a recent video about games from 2001 to 2005 that we wanted to try, and that is Shadows over Camelot. I won't go a ton into it because we just did talk about it, but it is a hidden trader game. One of the OG hidden trader games that is just impossible to find a copy of. Hopefully at some point I stumble across it, but I would love to try it. I've heard that it's a bit bare bones. I mean, given it was one of the first, but like we love hidden trader games. I love playing against the group and stuff, so it's one I've always wanted to try. The
next game on my list is one that it's very specific why I want it, but it is called Race to the Newfound Land. And it is about racing and getting to Newfoundland.
Is it actually?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Which is a province here on the east coast of Canada, which is where we live. So this is what it says. Daring sailors explore the oceans and make gigantic discovery. Newfoundland, the newly found land, a huge island off the coast of North America. And right away, a competition among nations breaks out, and so happens everyone wants the biggest piece of land. In Race to Newfoundland, you must skillfully use your fleet to consistently present achievements to your royal host. Are you quick to set sail and populate the first known lands? Do you first explore new areas? Blah, 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 blah,
That's
blah.
really, really cool.
It's just like, specifically, I want this because it is from our part of the world, and I just think it's
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me either. And it's
cool.
from I think 2018. Anyways, just something that is very specific, I guess, to us.
Next one, I've had multiple opportunities to buy, and I just never have, and I regret it
every time.
And that is TMNT Changes Constant. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Changes Constant. I've had the opportunity to buy this at least 4 or 5 times, and I've never actually pulled the trigger on it. And now that I've gotten further into this hobby, and now I'm like, I want to try some of these games that are hard to find or like are older and stuff. Now I'm like, shoot, I should have bought that. And also now I own the other game in this series. I have a feeling I'll stumble across Changes Constant again at some point, and if I do, I'll probably snatch it up.
The next one on my list is a very old game. It is called Hare Tortoise. It is a game that stole my idea before I even knew I had it. Yeah. So it's a racing game about, you guessed it, a hare and a tortoise. And it is from like 1973. So probably pretty impossible to find.
I wonder, have they done any other reprints?
I don't know. Like, this one looks like it's from after 1973. I really don't know. Rio Grande Games is the publisher, but I just have to have it.
Yeah.
Because I love racing games. I love the theme. Before Jeff and I really got into this hobby, I was like, if I ever design a game, I want it to be a racing game, and I want it to be like Tortoise in the Hare theme, and blah, 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 blah. And then here comes this game, stealing my idea from the past.
Carefully spend your carrots and lettuces to move around the board and win the race.
I want it so bad. And I just, like, I wouldn't even know where to start to look for this game. I just wouldn't know.
This next one I am getting. And I didn't know about this game. I didn't know this game existed until Max over at Table Knots was chatting about it in one of their videos, and he actually has a copy, and he's going to sell me his copy. And that is Forbidden Stars. And
this is one that Devin really likes.
Yeah. Also, good shout. Devin from Devin Talks Tabletop, who I love. We're basically married at this point, I think.
Yeah, don't tell his wife.
Devin, please confirm. Also mentioned this game, and it's just like a, kind of like Warhammer adjacency, like game that Jamie's going to despise and hate. But again, I think one that Lance and Zach would really, really like to play.
Yeah.
It's very hard to find, and we were just talking about it today, and I think me, Max, and Doolin might try and play it at PAX before I purchase it from Max and steal it from him forever. Unless he backs out of the sale. But,
doubt it. Max loves selling stuff.
Max wants those Canadian dollars.
Louis.
So anyway, Forbidden Stars is one I'm really, really excited to add to the collection.
Okay, so this is where, like, I am on the hunt for small, obscure card games. Small box games, I don't care. I want it. This one is called Mouse Guard Swords and Strongholds. Jeff.
That looks cool.
How adorable.
That does look cool. It looks like Mouse Zelda.
Right?
It does, yeah.
So it is it's actually not a card game, but why I think this one is really interesting, I think it's a relatively small box. It is a little, like, chess-like dexterity style game.
I want that.
And it's just little. It's like this big. And we love abstract strategy games. I love the theme. I love that it's mice. It looks so
I love the
unique.
Art. I love the art.
Yeah. I want it. And I like, before I started on my journey.
Best at 2.
It's
a two-player only game.
And it only takes 15 to 30 minutes to play. It's from 2015. But yeah, this is one that I stumbled on during my 800-page search of Board Game Bliss. And I saw the cover and obviously was immediately drawn to it. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh.
I love the cover.
Right?
I love that cover.
And I like...
That might be one of the best covers It just hits so many things for me in terms of, like, my nerdy nostalgia love.
And cuteness.
It literally looks like a cover of, like, a mouse version of Zelda from 1996.
I have a feeling, too, because this is self-published. It was a Kickstarter game. So...
You probably will never find it.
I'll probably never find it. But
unless you find a used copy somewhere.
I want it.
Yeah, that looks really awesome.
Yeah.
All right, last one up for me is... definitely a honorable mention, because I don't even know if I want to own this game. I really want to play it. And that's Kingdom Death Monster. I've heard about this game a million times from Max and friends of mine in the hobby. I don't think this is one that I would ever want to add to the collection. I think it would just sit on the shelf unplayed.
It's a long time where you did want to add it to the
collection. I did, but... it's massive, and buying it and shipping it to here would be just too much money.
So many loonies.
And again, like, as I've grown in this hobby, I've actually pushed myself away, I think, a little bit from those, like, big dungeon crawler-esque games.
They're just
like,
so hard to get to the table.
They're so hard to table. And so, like, I just think I've gravitated away a bit from Kingdom Death Monster, but I really, really, really want to experience it.
Okay, I'm just going to rip through
that
my
looks
last
like a
ones.
game.
So, now you know I like small box games, but what else do I like?
Spooky games.
Spooky games. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
This next one is called New Salem, And honestly, I don't know anything about it. I saw the cover and I was immediately, oh, image not available. Squeeze. Let me look at you. I want to look at you. I don't even care what it's about, honestly. It looks so good for no reason because I don't know what it's about. Anyways, it's a spooky themed game. Let's see what it says. It's a bluffing card game, city building deduction set collection.
Oh, it's based in Salem.
Yeah, New Salem. Theme, witches. Love it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I
actually do have one more. It just came to my head.
Oh, go for it.
It's one you actually brought up last video that we did about the 2001-2005 games. And that's Balloon Cup.
Balloon Cup.
I really want to add Balloon Cup to the collection. I know that there's like a new edition or newer edition called Pinata that a lot of people have like mentioned, but I want the OG Balloon Cup.
Yeah, Balloon Cup.
Based only on the fact that
it's called Balloon Cup.
That I love that theme.
Yeah.
Like balloon racing. That's so cool. And we love racing games, of course. But that's one more I want to throw out.
Okay, I have 4 left. The next one is called Roar and Write, not Rar and Write. And this is just a very cute little card game that has a husky on the cover. And so I saw it and I was like, yes, I want it. There's dice rolling. Oh, it's not a card game. It's a...
Yeah.
It's a roar and write. It's a roll and write. Anyways, we love roll and writes. I love the cover, so I put it on my list because I wanted it. It literally just came out last year, but I've never seen it, never heard about it.
That might be one of the best publisher names I've ever seen.
Galactic Raptor Games. Gigantic Rapper Games. Wrong. It's Galactic Raptor Games.
Galactic Raptor.
I was this close. Anyways, want it. Nightmare Productions is still on my list. I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently, but every time I go to Board Game Bliss, it's gone.
Yeah.
Gone. And I want it. 2 more spooky games. Pumpkin Patch, Bad Seeds. It's a card game for 1 to 3 players. And it's just a game for spooky season that looks real spooky and good. Card game, small box. Love it.
It kind of looks like Nightmare Before Christmas type.
Like it really does.
Tim Burton style.
The art
a little bit
is insane.
It's kind of not quite Tim Burton, but it's close.
Creepy, though. Farming Horror. Hand management, memory, pattern building, tile placement. Yeah. The last one I'm very interested in. It's called Monster Slaughter. It's from 2018. Flip the script on 80s horror movies with Monster Slaughter. This time, it's your turn to hunt down and slay those insufferable teenagers who took refuge in an abandoned cabin in the woods. As the head of the family of monsters, you'll have to carefully select in which order you eliminate your victims and begin the slaughter.
It's like Final Girl flipped.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's a horror humor with miniatures, action points, dice rolling, and I'm just going to show you this, Jeff.
You're in a cabin.
Yeah, you're in a cabin. Like, there's physically, like, walls around you. There's card play. Anyways, it looks
Go to the next photo.
So cool.
Again?
I need this game. So this is one that, like, if somebody were like, oh, I have this game, yes, I'll buy it from you. I need it. That is my list. I actually... Yes. I'll buy it from you. I cut my list down a bunch because, like I said, I went through 800 pages of games. Anyways, we would love to know down below, have you played any of these games on our list? If yes, what do you think about them? Do you know where we can find them? Do you want to join the Discord? Come into our... Holy Grail games.
You definitely want to join the Discord.
Definitely you want to join the Discord. If nothing else.
It's bumping. There's like 1,800 people in there now?
Yeah, there's almost 1,800 people.
If you like talking board games, man, it's bumping.
That's the place to be, I'll tell you right now.
Bumping in there.
Let us know down below also, what are some of your Grail games? Like, is there a particular game that you are just like dying to find? We'd love to know. But that's everything that we have for today. Now, if you're interested in buying board games, maybe not these ones because they're so hard to find, but most board games, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is...
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
It sure is. Do you like snacks?
I do.
Where do people find snacks?
Munch Pack.
From all around the world. $5 off. Foster the Meeple. You got it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
There it is.
Oh, I forgot to put the lights on. Oh, it wasn't on for the last video.
It's fine.
But look at the difference.
Yeah, drastic.
It is.
I don't actually know.
I don't know either. So you could be right. I don't know.
Devin from Devon Top. Oh, wow. There's like, wow.
Wow.